Please welcome to the stage, Anna.
Hello, New Brunswick. Thank you for having me here. What a beautiful day to inspire and be inspired. Life can feel like a roller coaster sometimes, full of unexpected twists, turns, highs, and lows. It's like being a teenager, right? Yeah, listen, I know, I've been there, I get it. Parents are nagging, teachers are teaching, you need to be responsible but not too responsible, and the constant pressure to fit in, but also stay genuine to yourself. Sounds pretty overwhelming. But what if I tell you this? No matter what life throws at you, you have the power to write your own story. And trust me, I had to rewrite mine more than once. Once upon a time, when I was a teenager, I thought I had everything under control. I had plans, schedules, a vision board. I knew exactly what I wanted to do tomorrow, next week, even next year. Ambitious, I know. Some of you here can relate. Others know who you are. But life had other plans. And I'm not talking about getting dressed in the wrong size or missing a party. My story is a little more dramatic. In fact, I almost didn't make it to adulthood, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Let me take you where it all started. I was born in Ukraine, living a simple life. But when I was 14, my family moved to the United States. And that's where my story begins. At 15, I was young and naive, perhaps more than most. I thought that nothing bad could ever happen to me, but I was wrong. One sunny day, on a busy street, I was attacked, beaten, and mocked. That was the first time I almost lost my life. There were people all around, but I was completely alone in my fear and pain. Cars drove by, but no one stopped. Many witnessed the attack, but no one called 911. This is what's known as a bystander effect, when everyone assumes that someone else will step in to help. That day I made a promise to myself. I will never be a bystander. This experience led me to pursue my psychology and therapy degrees. You might think, wait, here's a happy ending. But life had more challenges ahead. 6 months later, I started to get sick, headaches, nausea. The doctors told me just part of growing up. But 3 months later, my vision blurred, my headaches worsened, and I collapsed at work. At the hospital, after hours of tests, the doctor told me that I needed immediate surgery. I had a brain tumor. Without it, I only had days to live. I survived again. But I was about to start college. I was in a car accident. When I woke up, I didn't know my name, my age, I didn't recognize my loved ones. I had dissociative amnesia. Slowly, I regained my memory and went back to school. But here's the thing. I didn't feel unlucky. I felt grateful. I was alive. My focus became clear. Take one day at a time, one step at a time. That's resilience. Now, I want to try something. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Think of the time when you had to face something tough. Maybe it was an argument with a friend, a test you thought you failed, or something else that comes to mind. Think about how you felt then. Frustrated, sad, or maybe scared. And now, think about what came next. You kept going. It wasn't easy. It wasn't perfect, but you made it through. You came on the other side stronger, more aware, and proud of what you overcame. That's resilience in action. But how do you learn resilience? Let me break it down in 3 simple steps. 3 R's of resilience. Step 1. Recognize challenges. You need to be honest, especially with yourself, about the challenges you're facing. Pretending they don't exist, don't make them go away. Step 2. Respond with positivity. When life gets tough, the way you respond matters. Choose to see challenges as opportunities to grow. Step 3. Rise stronger. Each time you face a challenge, you gain the strength and confidence to handle the next one. And remember, resilience isn't about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you choose to get back up. So let me tell you about the time when I learned resilience firsthand in my gym class. I was 12. Our teacher just announced a 5-mile run. The first to finish gets straight A for the entire semester. Now picture this. I was the smallest and slowest kid in class. There's no way I can win, I thought to myself. But something in me refused to give up. So I decided I wouldn't compare myself to others. I would just run my own race. The goal? Just to finish. As my classmates sprinted ahead, I settled in my slow and steady race pace. One by one, they all burned out. And before I knew it, I was crossing that finish line first. Even I couldn't believe it. I didn't win because I was fastest. I won because I was keep going. Well, resilience is the foundation, and the positivity is the light that helps it grow. It's about finding hope in the darkest moments, like turning lemons into lemonade, or in my case, a half-shaped hat into a fashion statement. When I woke up after a brain surgery, my first thought wasn't, oh no, I have a brain tumor. I was like, thank goodness I have some hair to work with. So now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Easy for you to say, you don't know what I'm going through. And you're right. Positivity and resilience aren't always easy. There are days when it feels impossible, when the challenges seem too big to overcome. I've been there. In fact, one of my biggest lessons in resilience came from pageantry. I decided to enter my first pageant when I was at the lowest point in my life. I thought it would boost my self-esteem and give me purpose. But let me tell you, it didn't go as planned. I didn't win. I almost fell off the stage. Talk about embarrassing. It wouldn't be so easy for me to give up right there and then. I decided pageants weren't for me. To never try. But something in me realized that I don't want to stop. This is my chance to grow. Like Thomas Edison said about inventing the light bulb, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that didn't work. Every attempt brought him closer to success. So I picked myself up and I tried again. I worked on my confidence, my walk, and my public speaking skills. It wasn't easy. There were plenty of times I wanted to quit, but I kept going. And eventually, that persistence paid off. I went from almost falling off the stage to walking confidently on national and international stages as a pageant queen. So what did that experience teach me? Persistence isn't just about hard work. It's about listening to the voice inside of you that says, keep going. We all have that voice. Sometimes it's a negative one that whispers, you're not good enough. But sometimes it's a positive one that shouts, you got this. So let me share a little secret how to find that positive voice and make it louder. So every night, write down one thing that you're proud of or grateful for. Put a sticky note on a mirror with a message like, I'm awesome. Seeing it daily makes a huge difference. Building the positivity voice and is about, it's important, right? But it's also about collecting small, joyful moments and add up over time. When I think about the happiest time in my life, one memory always makes me smile. I was about 5 years old. I was obsessed with Wild West and absolutely determined to be a cowgirl. I dreamed of riding across the plains on a majestic horse. The only problem? My grandma's farm didn't have horses, just goats. But I wasn't let that stop me. I walked up to the biggest goat, climbed on its back, grabbed its horns, and I got ready for my big adventure. I pictured myself riding off into a sunset with the hair flying in the breeze. Only the goat just stood there, munching grass, completely unimpressed by my Western dreams. So like any determined cowgirl, I gave it a little kick to get it moving. That's when things got wild. Suddenly, the goat took off like a rocket, straight into the bushes. There I was, hanging on for my dear life, my hair whipping everywhere. When it finally stopped, I tumbled to the hip on the ground, shaken, a little sore, but smiling from ear to ear. In that moment, I wasn't thinking about the bruises or dirt on my dress. I was a goat-riding girl living the dream. My journey has taught me this. Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them head on, finding joy in little moments, and choosing to keep going no matter what. So now I have a challenge for you. This week, face one small thing that scares you. Raise your hand in class, talk to someone new, or try something outside of your comfort zone. Every step builds that resilience muscle. And never forget, you're awesome. So now, let's try something together, okay? So when I ask you, who is awesome? You'll respond, I'm awesome. So let's try, okay? Ready, set, go. Who is awesome? Guys are great. Let's try again. Who is awesome? And one more time. Who is awesome? We're all awesome. So, and always remember, anything is possible when we believe. Thank you, guys.